Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And, folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse Magazine. I got my Cuban links on.
Yes, Cuban B.
And I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oakland.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves get good.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me, as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the crying Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper. Ladies and gentlemen, the benevolent time traveler, Barry the Sniper Spear.
Hey, don't rub on that. You block that. You understand? That's alpaca. That's $25,000 alpaca. You block that shit. Right. You don't rub on. Put the club soda on there.
What's good, Barry?
What kind of alpacas command a $25,000 price tag? I mean, they always look dirty to me. Every time I see an alpaca, it looked like it was rolling around in the dirt.
Every time I see an alpaca, it looks like Rihanna a little bit, quite honestly.
Interesting.
She got the same hairdo sometimes. The interesting thing about the alpaca, too, is, all right, you're asking right now, like, what commands a $25,000 price for alpaca? What commands a $25,000 price in 1970s dollars?
That must have been the most precious alpaca with a perm and everything for months and months and months until it got bigger, and then they shaved it, and then they kept shaving it. So yeah, that's a lot of work.
It won the firent and
maybe it was a single alpaca, just one alpaca they made that rug out of.
And they just like went the whole like indigenous person used the whole alpaca route. Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Just one alpaca is a single alpaca rug, like almost like a single barrel whiskey, right?
I'm gonna make a 2.5 hour conspiracy theory video about this and put it on YouTube. And the whole thing's gonna be narrated by a guy talking like this. The entire thing.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Guys, don't forget, tonight is our Tournament of Pain when Barry and I, otherwise known as Team Steam Urchin.
Oh, yeah.
Steam Urchin. Yeah. We take on Matthew and Sarah's.
Ride it like a horse.
I want to ride it to battle, quite honestly, and just start lopping off heads. We take on Matthew and Sarah's Team Mountain Dew Rockaway. Boom. There it is. Look at that. Look at those puds. I've been using the word pud a lot lately. Look at these puds. If you haven't, make sure to check out that video about tonight's Penn National card. I got very tickled there. Look at that. I knocked him out of frame with pud. Don't forget to check out our episode about tonight's Penn National card, our Tournament of Pain. We will be competing to see who is the ultimate berserker, but also as teams. And then also don't forget to watch yesterday's video about our Steve Neff Foster card. But Barry, today's Friday. You know what we do on Friday, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. On Friday, we have our most consequential show of the week. We've been building to this crescendo for 4 days. Now it's time for our thrilling conclusion to the week with I Put That on My Mama.
Can I make my phone call? Do I have rights? Can I make my phone call?
Who you gonna call?
Huh?
Who you gonna call?
Yo, mama.
Mm-hmm. Yo, mama.
Barry, we're gonna do I Put That on My Mama with a twist, though. Instead of our like typical fanfare of choosing a single for one of today's races, we're going to look ahead to probably the most consequential sequence of the weekend, unless someone is a boner and scoops the.
Oh man, I thought they were gonna get it too. That horse had a pretty good shot and got bumped kind of mid stretch while the horse was gathering momentum, and then it kind of stop from there. But man, that would have been so horrible. That happened one year,
At
Florida
Gulfstream,
Derby.
yeah.
Yeah, Florida Derby. They
Yeah.
hit it on Florida Derby day, and then Sunday there was, the mandatory payout was whatever was in the pool that day instead of the big one.
Which still ended up being like $1 million. Like it was $1 million plus,
Yeah, it
but
was
it was not
close.
like
Yeah,
what
but
you
it wasn't
expect.
6-7 million.
Which you could, I mean, there's no reason that if no one hits it, that carryover should be like the 2.5 million range at least.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think we could hit the 6-7 million range quite easily.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, a lot of money on the line. Barry and I are sticking our necks out with I put that on my mom with singles for that sequence. We're talking Churchill Downs Sunday, 29th of June, year of our Lord 2025. Post time for this pick 6, which starts race 6, 3:18 Eastern, 2:18 God's time, 12:18 specific time, out on the Pacific Coast. Don't forget, this pick 6 is a 20-cent base, but don't let that fool you. If you're not skinny in some place, that costs balloons quite a bit over 6 races. So we've got some past performances. And Barry, this might give people a clue that we're in the same race because of how numbers work, but also because of how the alphabet works. You lead us off with your single today, which I believe is coming out of race 8 furlongs, $300,000, the Hanshin Stakes, which makes me think of Cotton from King of the Hill with his no shins for some reason.
Hanshin.
And his knees, his what's it? His ankies or his kneekles, whatever they are. All right. But Barry, your single is coming out of the Hanshin, this 8 furlong race. What are you doing here? Where are you sticking your neck out?
Yeah, this is a interesting race, and I wanted to try to find a single who were fading the favorites. And in this race, Banishing and Saudi Crown will probably dominate the betting, and they both have the same running style. In fact, they went heads up March 29th in the Oaklawn Mile, and Banishing outdueled Saudi Crown. So I think they're going to go heads up again. You add in Judge Miller and Best Actor, and you got a party. This pace is going to get hot. And I went to last year's winner, number 8, Cagliostro. Gets a great setup, gets Irad Ortiz gelded first time. This horse really runs well off the layoff each time. I mean, there's so many things to like about Cagliostro. It's not even funny. I'd be surprised if we get 10-1, but if we get anything and this horse wins and you have it in the Derby City 6, it's a good thing.
I completely agree that this is a excellent contrarian single. It breaks a couple rules for me personally as to why I wouldn't single the horse, of course, because I think of course. God, the terrible thing about these early morning shows, Barry, is I get to get just a little bit too high before they start. All right. So the reason I wouldn't use him as a single is because he doesn't make his own race. But here's the deal. When you look at how this card is constructed, I basically started trimming down races as to where I was going to find my single. I was left with 3 races, and of the 3 races left, I thought that this was the most singleable spot with the most singleable horse in a very tough pick 6 sequence, because you're going to have to spread out in the first 2. The last race, I wouldn't even bother handicapping until the day of, until we know who's in. So it's going to be spreading in some places. So this pick isn't going to blow up the tote board, but it should hopefully accomplish the goal of being a free square in this race and keeping my pick 6 ticket economical and in a price range where I feel like it's worth playing, where I don't feel like I'm just throwing a massive ticket at the wall that I still might lose, even if it is, a mandatory payout day. My single is going to be the number 4 Saudi Crown, 9-5. I know, chalk. But in these sequences, you have to be able to just be honest with yourself and admit when the chalk is going to win and just take what the sequence will give you. It's like our friend of the show, Mark Capitan, says, you play the card you get, not the card that you want. And I'm singling Saudi Crown for Brad Cox, owned by FMG Stables and ridden by Florent Giroux, effectively forming a Flo Cox. because this fits the bill for the type of horse that I want to single. I think Saudi Crown should be out on the front, controlling this pace, making his own race. The main competition in this race, the number one, Banishing, 2-1 for David Jacobson, has one big issue. It's about, Banishing is 7 wins, but only one coming at Churchill Downs at 7 attempts. Banishing, in fact, might just be an Oaklawn horse because 5 of the 7 wins come over the Oaklawn track. And Brad Cox, as we are all well aware, wins everything in Kentucky almost. So I think you set it and forget it and single Saudi Crown on my dead homie, on my gang, on my mama.
And I put that on Adam, man.
Those are our singles for Sunday, guys.
Can
real
we
quick.
I think what should happen is if you put a chalk on your mama and it loses, you should get tased as well.
I should get tased as well. You're gonna take this to like a jackass level.
Yeah, or you have to go down the hall. Remember when they had those tasers on strings and they shut the lights off? You have to do that. And swing tasers at you.
I wouldn't survive. My heart would explode. I would be one of those people that's like, well, we didn't know he had a heart condition until we tased him. That's how it would go for me, I think. Real quick, guys, before we wrap up some picks, which is mandatory, got to get a word in. Don't forget, go to surebetcoffee.com. Check out SureBet. The SureBetties would sure appreciate it. Pick up a bag of that breakaway bold. You know why? Because $1 out of every bag goes to equine aftercare. Plus, helps take Colombian farmers up out that.
It's time to fuck shit up with SureBet in your cup.
Burry, let's wrap up some picks. What do you got?
We got race 8, the Hanshin Stakes, number 8, Cagliostro to the hoop. Put that money in your pocket for my mama and yours.
Very good. He does it. He does it for Brooksy. My Sunday Churchill Downs mandatory pick 6 single also comes out of race 8. Barry and I are head to head. I'm going with the 4 Saudi Crown 9-5 on the money line, and I do it in the name of this sweet lady. Do it for you, Big Nance. We do it for you. Look at her. Look at her. I was holding the puppy. Oh my God.
Oh.
All right. That's it. We have Saratoga next week, don't we?
Yeah, this is crazy. It's insane.
That is insane.
I never
it's
thought
very
we'd
early
have
this year.
A 4th of July Saratoga day, but here we are.
I'm sure they move that back to Belmont whenever that's up and operational. Because the Belmont
it's
July
supposed
card is
to,
usually
but
pretty
you never
big.
know. They may like it the way it is. They're gonna have to do something because Aqueduct will be no longer existing. So I think this might be the norm going forward. Actually, might be. I'm not sure. They're gonna have to divide it up somehow. Oh, I don't know.
What?
I mean, pretty much almost immediately once they open this new Belmont.
I don't know.
I think they're going to stop
leashing
once Belmont opens. That's what I thought. Like, even before, they could technically stop using it. I think they're just going to stop once Belmont's open and then rearrange everything.
I don't know if it's because I'm 40 as fuck now and just grumpy, but every time I see these cool renderings of the new Belmont and the new Pimlico, all I could think is, no, I think that looks dope, and then I think they ain't never finishing that shit. That shit ain't never done.
Nah, the Belmont's is coming along pretty good, so that's happening.
I mean, it's attached to a ice hockey arena too.
Yeah, the Islanders play in the arena they built a few years ago.
Islanders, yeah. Well, that's it. That's it for us musing about the blight of everything, guys. We're gonna ride out now for this week. We'll be back. Don't worry. Monday, we're talking Monday, 9 a.m., 8 God's time in the morning. We'll be back to give you our pick 3s. We will see you then. We love you. Bye-bye. Barry, what are we going to ride out on? What are we going to ride out on?
Go outside, nerd.
Oh, there we go.
Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless...